Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? We are back with another roll. This time it's going to be a no-gi roll featuring one of my training partners, Nate, who just got his blue belt. So this is the second brown belt roll for the channel. So right here, we're just focusing on the grip fighting. I'm going to end up pulling into a butterfly position, elevating just a little bit, and I tried to get back to close guard, but he was able to lock down my left leg. So right here, what I'm doing, I'm just kind of holding him in place, trying to see what he's going to do. He's kind of got his head buried. I'm not really worried about it because he's not focusing on pushing my left leg down to like hop over. So I'm kind of just holding here, seeing what I can do, seeing what I can get away with. I use my forearm to push his head to the other side, making the stack that he was doing a little bit less effective. And right here, I'm just kind of focusing on getting my leg over his shoulder right here. I'm able to get back into the close guard position. I try to get a top lock, but his rash guard is kind of sweaty. So right here, I'm focusing on the close guard position right here. And I kind of just focusing on seeing what he's going to do. Right here, I get the top lock position. I try to lock it in, but he's able to bring his shoulders back into the close guard position and stop me from getting the top lock. So right here, I'm kind of just being very lazy. I'm not too worried about what he's trying to do. And right here, we're kind of just grip fighting. He's going to pull my legs and pull me closer to him. And right here, I'm just going to get back into the close guard and start focusing on getting one of those arms across the center line. So right here, I'm focusing on getting that arm across the center line, trying to get that top lock position, trying to shift my hips so I can get a pendulum sweep or another type of sweep there. He's able to kind of focus on keeping his posture up, and he stops me from doing that. But right here, I get the K guard position, get under him, and now I'm going to start working the X guard position, which is one of my favorite guards to play from the bottom. So right here, I focus to the back, and he kind of crawls away from me and he sits to his butt. So I just come up for these sweep points right there. So now what I'm going to do is just focus on getting the side control position. Right here, I'm using active side control where I'm posted on my feet, on my toes, and I'm making him carry my weight. Even though he's trying to get the elbow knee connection right there, I'm still able to hold the side control because I'm blocking his hip. He's trying to turn into me to kind of recover his guard, but he's not able to. And right here, I switch my hips and then throw my leg over by tapping his knee and getting into the mount position. So now that I've scored the mount points, I'm kind of going to focus on seeing what he's going to do. So right here, I swim my arms in. I'm kind of controlling his head and just trying to see how he's going to try to get out of the mount. So right here, I'm kind of posting on my head, posting on my arm, and now I've got like a figure four grip on my bicep. I actually like doing the Ezekiel, the no-gi version of the Ezekiel. It works sometimes for me, so I always like to try it. So right here, Nate is going to start bringing his hips or bringing his knees close to his chest, and now he's got this like weird position on me, and I'm kind of just looking at it like, well, if I smash down, then he can't really escape the position. This is kind of like a holding position that he's using, but I've already scored the mount point, so I'm not really worried. So right here, I kind of just try to focus on getting a toe hold position, and then he's going to kind of kick his leg free and then get into the X position. Almost gets the sweep here, but I'm able to hold the back of his head. And now what I'm going to do is just kind of free the X position that he has by stuffing his leg, stepping out. And now I'm going to step right back in with my knee cut pass, and right here he extends his leg, so I'm going to swing around and try to set up a knee bar. Now knee bars aren't legal for blue belts, so what I do here is I turn it into a 50-50, and I just play the 50-50 position. But I am working on knee bars and toe holds and all those things, so whenever I see him, I try to do a catch and release methodology, excuse me, of doing it, where I catch the submission and then I just release it. I don't try to crank it or anything, especially with lower belts that can't do that aren't allowed to do those moves. So right here, I've got the 50-50 position, and I'm kind of working on a heel hook on his foot, which you can't really see from this angle, but now you're going to be able to see it. So what I'm trying to do is just bring his foot closer to me, trying to get the heel isolated and trying to focus on trying to get that heel hook position and finishing the match right here. But what I'm going to end up doing is just going to sit up and get the 2 points right here. And now what I'm going to do is kind of just work my way out of this 50-50 position. I'm blocking his right leg from getting under and scooping, but then I just give it up, and right here I just kind of Granby roll and get into a position where I can get my knees back in front of me and start passing his guard. So right here he's trying to get a butterfly position. I'm just going to sit back and I post on my hands, and he's trying to elevate me, but the problem that he's having is he's just rocking back and forth and he's not trying to take me to one direction. So right here I'm just going to get a Muay Thai clinch grip on the back of his head, and when he elevates me, I just kind of step over and get into the over under position, pass with the over under. And now I'm back in the side control position right here, and I'm going to use my right forearm to block his hip, and I'm going to be active on my toes. This is a side control position that I kind of learned from watching Hafa's masterclass on the armbar, where he kind of is active on his toes in the side control instead of the traditional one where you're on your knees. So right here, I'm just hugging the back of the head, and I'm just, you know, using my pressure, using my weight to stop him. Right here, I'm going to block his hip. I'm going to step right back over into the mount position, which is what I did earlier. That's one of my favorite ways to get into mount. I kind of switch my hips really quick and then step over into the mount position. So right here, I swim my arms in once again, and I'm not really going for any attacks from the top. I'm kind of just letting him play his game and figuring out what he wants to do. Again, this is kind of similar to what I did in the very first brown belt roll on the channel, where I kind of like use my opponent's energy and just kind of focus on passing positions from there. So right here, he's kind of locking himself into this position. I don't really need to do anything because I've got the mount, I've got the points, and right here he's able to kind of extend a little bit, but I'm going to be able to swing back into him, grab the back of the head, and that is going to be the end of the roll. So let's get right into these takeaways. Right here, when my opponent is going to start bringing his legs in front of him, that's very nice if you're flexible enough to do that, but I honestly think that the better option is to focus on the traditional ways, the more fundamental ways of passing or getting out of the mount position. So all I need to do really to stop this was to just bring my chest to his face and lock him into that position. I've already scored the 4 points, and that would have been fine, but I wanted to keep the roll interesting, so that's why I set up. But normally, if this was a competition setting, I definitely would have just put my chest to his face and stopped him from being able to get out of that position. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the roll. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you guys for supporting the channel and supporting me in my jiu-jitsu endeavors, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.